Communication has been a thing that takes precedence in our daily lives. Without it, we may as well be cavemen. In 2020, a global virus pandemic has hit the human population. Many deaths were accounted, many hospitals were built. There has been so much change in the environment ever since it arrived. We were forced to lessen direct contact to a zero, and to stay alert at all times for many dangers to come. Many people felt trapped in their own homes, and with this new regulation, we were all forced into dependency on technology for activities that involve participation of other people than ourselves. Technology advanced, and soon it became so advanced that even learning in school or meeting your friends was achievable by a mere mobile phone. This dependency does not run without its consequences. The more we hold our phones to chat with our closest colleagues, the more we lessen our daily habit of direct communication and contact within us. Indirect communication and direct communication are both individually important, but when direct communication is taken away from our lives, we start to partake a habit to stray away from talking regularly with other people. Mandatory mask wearing complicates our ability to communicate directly even further. While verbal communication strays away from our lives, impacting on people's overall social skills to deteriorate, the disappearance of nonverbal communication also has its side effects. A doctor, or a medical healthcare worker in general's body language sets out the trajectory of a patient's visit the moment the patient first sees them. They greet them warmly with smiling, raised eyebrows, and kind eyes and soon prove that it successfully decreases the patient's anxiety during their visit. A study of 719 patients with the common sickness found that the more positive and empathetic their doctor to be, the faster they recovered. Each patient was asked to score doctors for empathy shown to them on a 1 to 10 scale. Those who scored the doctor a perfect 10, which is around a third of patients, has reduced severity of symptoms and had higher immune function, about 50% better than others. Disappearance of nonverbal communication proven to have a significant amount of impact with daily hospital visits. The threat of the disease itself doesn't have a less amount of impact. Damian Murray, during an interview with CNN, informed that due to the coronavirus pandemic we might see more wariness of strangers and outsiders and lower levels of sociability and extroversion in general. Human touch is something prevalent to us, since before birth till we're put to our eternal rest. When stressed, touch helps, and soon produces oxytocin, which slows down the release of stress hormones and boosts the immune system. So does talking. When in fear and filled with anxiety, reassuring words are also a highway to lifting up our moods. You're scared that you might be wrong, someone tells you that you're right, and you feel validated. It is important for us to find ways to connect. When a person dies, we still have to grieve in real time, but video conferences could go so far. Virtual connection is never going to entirely make up for real interaction, real touch, and real presence of a loved one. The COVID-19 pandemic has strayed us away from an eternal part of our life, communication itself. The behaviors that would help to solve a problem, an emotional problem, showing empathy, presence, and reassuring words from the heart have been taken away from us due to the nature of the disease. The absence of the simplest human behaviors has reminded us as to why it was so precious in the first place.